computer crashed. So thank you, Murat, for pointing that out. I would have never known. I would have gone a embarrassingly long time without noticing that my computer had crashed. So let me figure something out to monitor this. All right. I don't know how to fully make sure that this stays, so I'm going to record it just in case. So I don't know when I left off. I think it was like 4 minutes before I ended. But what I did was try to optimize this. One thing I need to do is probably exit out of some of these apps, because I know Resolve. This is just IRC Finder. I know Resolve draws quite a bit of memory. Blender not so much, especially if it's only showing a plane. Microsoft Edge I can close, Paint I can close, Photos I can close, Epic Games I can close, PyCharm I can close. I should have done this all before the stream, sorry y'all. Alright, now we can go. Thank you for pointing out that my computer crashed. So our camera path, let's look at our city anyway. It's a small little town, probably let's come in from here. How does it look? Groovy. So I'm going to want to add, or just kind of check if there's a Cinecamera in here. There's not. Let's add our Cinecam actor. And I'm going to keep this on unlit because the camera is also doing the rendering. So where is my camera person gonna go? Let's drag this in. And yeah, I'm piloting, so I could switch it to lit. And then all I'm going to do, drop a key right here. I need to be able to see my transform. And then just start moving. So need to make it longer than that. Probably let's start with 5,000 frames. Then extend this. I wanted something a little more progressive, but this is just to get my feet wet in this. So I'm gonna drop, I do want to turn auto key on eventually, but I kind of sometimes like going without it. Then we're gonna start moving. What I don't know is how to move at a constant speed. So I guess I could just lower my camera speed to how I want and then move that way. Oh, there's roadblocks here. Well, moving that way wasn't quite effective because my frames per second slows me down, and then I don't know my speed. So I think the only way is just to go with it. Alright, camera person's a bit high. I mean the camera's high, not the person. And drop a key, and this is when I want auto frame. That's better. So then I go to here. Bring this to here, and then auto key. Kind of right before the bass comes in. Turn off magnet, that's annoying. And then about here is when I want to turn. That turn looks not very good. Oh, I have auto key on and I'm still piloting. That explains what's going on. I thought I jumped out of it. Okay, let's jump out of my camera first before we do this. Yeah, this isn't Tokyo Drift. Wow, I didn't even really think for a second that the map was called Tokyo. There is one thing I don't like about Unreal Engine, and that is that cinematic view. It gets in the way of everything. Like, stop. And then I think right before the music gets going, there we go. I wanted to change the shape of that turn. Then after we come out of the turn, we're gonna go down this street for quite some time. got to turn here. Let's try to make a smoother turn. How's that speed? Bit slow. Speed it up a bit. A little faster. I could do some effects on those windows there. Can I make it to that base part before? Yeah, I can. I think I'm gonna make this turn and then start building up. So let's think about turns. Ooh, cherry blossom trees. That said, let's lean a little bit into this turn. And then to make a good turn, I should just be able to start. Auto key is on. And just complete the turn, and the keyframe should do it for me. Hooray, bit better. That's smoother. Can I do that to my first turn? Because my first turn, in my opinion, looks pretty awful. No, I guess that looks pretty normal. Yeah, it's just too short. Then what I think I want to do is go to my keyframes. And especially on the rotation, yes, increase this curve by a bit. How? I don't know. Can I just start turning earlier? What if I go wide with it again? And you know what? Really, I should, given the scenery of this, I should be turning earlier. I guess what I need, I don't know why this turn is so much less smooth than the other one, but it's going to drive me crazy. I think I just need kind of an intermediate point. And then what I need is it. That is a turn. Alright, whenever I start getting really bad with keyframes, I like to just delete the keyframes and try again. So I'm currently here, and then I'm just going to start teleporting. So let's change this a bit and just kind of try again. Turn auto key off so I don't adjust this key. And I'm going to go to one end of the street. It's doing it. Fine. Camera, get over here. Drive down the road. keyframe. Complete the turn at the point that I want. Move my camera to where I want. Drop a keyframe. That's starting to look a little more like the turn. 90 it, and then drop another, or update the keyframe. See if this goes a little better. Okay, so I gotta go to here. Probably make that turn bigger. And then here I need to keep my rotation. I guess I could pan a little bit. Alright, let's save and then add some lights. I do want the sun down a bit more. I'm hoping that I can animate that just by dragging in my directional light. Or we could DMX control the directional light. That would kind of make it cool. Yeah, let's just sequencer the directional light. So when we start, it's gonna. Oh, can I? I don't know why. Transform. There we go. Okay. And then for our next cue, rotate our sun to off. And then over the course of this little track, we'll change that a bit. So now when we start, it might look like this. Oh, auto key wasn't on. So let's take this directional lights, transform, change it to that. Oh, hey, it listened. What was it previously? For negative. hopefully that doesn't cause rendering issues. Okay, so why I put negative 48 rotation here. Here's 24. So now it should go. Maybe just make it less extreme then. And then can I change the ambient light? Is it skylight maybe? There we go. So let's see if perhaps cool. So I can add in parameters like that. I hope this works in Unreal for Fortnite. So when does the sun set? So let's make the skylight kind of follow here. Adding a keyframe a little back here. And then once we get to about here, our intensity is going to drop. But I need to turn off, what is it, auto exposure? Yeah, auto exposure is not fun. The other thing I'll show you right now while I'm in project settings, because eventually I'm going to go to Grand May 3 to program. This is in editor preferences. And I think it's global. Oh, no, it's per project. Use less CPU in background. That way when you go to your lighting console to program, it doesn't go bad. Your frames don't go to poo. To get dark. Why? Why won't you change? There we go. Why is my camera rotating there? Probably because I didn't save the keyframe. think the other thing I want to do to help reduce man, my camera movements don't look very good today, I won't lie. There we go. What I just did, by the way, was the cinematics view. When I would play this, it would go into what's called game view, which you can toggle by pressing G. And that basically shows only what the render engine would show. I like these cones. So I want to go to my camera and increase its depth of field so it gets a little bit more wide. There, and that should help with this. Yeah, that helps with the warping that we feel on the turns. This turn is atrocious. Okay, let's do some stuff. Save. Save. We have our map. We have our camera path. It is time to add lights. Gonna take a second. You're gonna hear some clunking. I'm gonna get my Grandma 3 wing out. And yeah, I'm gonna get my wing out and so that I have parameters. And then place some lights. Just need power. Let's load up. Probably want to do like half screen. Oh, and then the other thing I can do as well, especially for materials, let's just exit out of some of these windows. Let's just less things to do. Won't you be on that side? Alright, so I'm in MA3. Have some basic stuff set. It's not a very strong show. So because this is so specialized, why aren't I connected? I'm going to want to save this as a different show. Alright, so I think the first thing I want is first the sunsets. Jeez, I am trucking. So if that's the case, let's move my start camera position up a bit. Let's do a quick research, because this Cinecamera actor is going to be the bane of my existence. The view. Hi, it's me. I've looked this up before. Hopefully the greater knowledge knows something. Both responses are going to say no. No, standard camera actors have a viewport too. Okay. Okay. Viewport tour. Viewport toolbar, click on show. I don't know if it knows what it's talking about there. Alright, I think I just have to live with it, as unpleasant as it is. I think the only thing that I can do then is turn off auto key and just stick to piloting this. So if that's the case, then when I start, I'm going too fast, so I want to move my camera up, and then update the camera's keyframe. It looks quite strange that the sun stops setting so fast. Let's go to my keyframes, directional light, rotation, and then custom weight. And let's drag this out a bit. It's going to accelerate faster, but at the expense that it stops faster. There, that kind of flows better. That could work. That could work. So, I think I want to do something with these windows. I'm not exactly sure how. In real world, I would light behind them. Here, it's probably just one small part of a material. I think I could just light it up. What I want to do is change them to like a golden orange. I think. Let me think of a script. Move this way. I'm going to work backwards actually from after this point. Can I DMXify this? And in this case, like if I wanted to make basic changes, I would just animate the property. But if I want to run like complex effects or movers, then yeah, I would want to do this. Alright, this is using weird materials. Oh, emissive intensity. Cool. And that affects all of them? Yeah. So, if let's say I want to animate this cone. What I think, see this is what's annoying with some materials is that they have this, like a master material.